Welcome back to the LearnRHEL YouTube channel. This is going to be a video about the yum command as it relates to querying the system to determine what packages have been installed, what packages are available on a repository, and maybe determine what packages offer a given service or offering more specifically based on a keyword that you are searching for. So let's get started. Again, all these videos are based on using commands related to the Red Hat variants, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, Scientific Linux, CentOS Linux, and as you can see from my prompt, this is going to be more about CentOS 7, but the commands are 100% adaptable to Red Hat 7 and Scientific Linux 7. Proof that this is a Red Hat 7 machine. There we go. There's the output. CentOS Linux release 7.9.2009. If you're a Ubuntu or a Debian user, these videos are probably not going to be that useful for you at all. Unless, of course, you're doing work on a RHEL variant. All right, so the first thing we should do, and we learn about a command, yum, Y-U-M, Yankee Uniform Mike, is do a man page on it. There we go. Yum actually stands for Yellow Dog Updater and Modified. And basically what it is going to help you install a package that's locally on the file system or a package that's available up in a repository. A repository, if you think about it, is basically a depot, a storage location up on a web-based, network-based resource, like a server, that either offers the packages available on an FTP URL or a HTTP or even HTTPS. Why would you do that? I don't know, but you could do that. And allow you to query the system, determine what's local, what is installed, what's remote, what is available, and maybe a combination there in the middle of what's installed and what might be available to upgrade to from available packages up in a repository. So as you can see, we did the man page on yum. There's a yum install subcommand, update, and so forth. We're going to focus on info, list, check-update, and search. I'm going to demonstrate, though, the difference between check, update, and update. So let's keep an eye on that. First of all, before doing this video, I made sure there was a bunch of packages available to update, but that's not the focus of this video. So let's do a sudo. If we're doing any kind of commands that involves making changes to the operating system, I think it's best to use the sudo command, so there's a tracker back to the user who's doing this work, an audit trail. Sudo yum, and let's do the update command. And if I do that, it will prompt me for a password, and then follow through. It'll show you which repositories, the servers listed at the very top. And it gives you this really long listing because there's a lot of packages that were checked. There's a kernel update, a kernel devel update, coming from the repository called, well, generically updates. That's what it's called. And there's updates to ImageMagick -C++. You can read this for yourself. ADCLI, Firefox, GD, Samba packages, SSD packages. I'm not going to actually update the machine, so I'm going to hit N. If you notice, the prompt here offers a capital N. It doesn't really matter. You could use lowercase n and hit enter. So nothing actually got updated. But it did actually keep a transaction log of what it is you were trying to do at the time. We don't need to worry about that right now. We're not going to focus on that. Let's do a yum command of update and see what the result is. Well, it doesn't like that because you need to be root to perform this command. Okay, fine. Well, there is another command. Sudo, yum check-update, right? That's the command we're going to run, but let me do a man page on it real quick. Yum, search for check-update. And when you run check-update, basically what this is telling you is it implements, almost tries to update the system without prompting you. And if it returns back that there are packages, it'll give you an error return code of 100. If there are none, that means it'll return 0. And if there was a mistake or a problem with trying to run the command generically, there'll be a return value of 1. So yum check -update doesn't actually require the use of the root user for escalated privilege. It'll let you do it generically. So let's see what happens. There, boom. It doesn't show you all the extra frills and tables and all that weirdness, but it does actually list the packages with the architecture, the version -release dot distribution that it's associated with, and then again which repository it came out from. It didn't actually update anything. It just simply showed you what would happen, what would be updated if you had run this sudo yum update -y. We're going to get to that in another video, another point, but that's it for this moment. Let's take a look now at the next possibility. We could do an rpm -qa. We've seen this command before. And we can actually target a specific package if we want. So if I do a sudo yum update on kernel, the password was already stored in a security key, and there it says, yep, there's an update to the package kernel, and it will get you up to 3.10.0-1160.11.1.el7. So size 50 megabytes. Again, I'm not going to hit yes, I want to hit N. So I can do a video on actual updating and show you what that would look like. Let's say we want to do a search for any package that offers or touches on hints about something like a web browser. Let's do a sudo yum search browser. And it found the Events browser plugin is the name of the package. Events browser plugin. Perl browser open. WordNet browser. Basic squiggle, whatever that is. CentOS index HTML. Browser default start page for CentOS. So you can see this for yourself. Oh, it even mentions Firefox. So everybody on the planet knows about Firefox, even a 4-year-old child who uses his grandmother's PC so he can go play his little video games that are on the web. If he was smart enough to use Linux, he would use this command like we did, and he'd say, oh, I can install Firefox. I know that browser. So then he would turn around and do yum install Firefox. Of course, he would need escalate privilege if he was doing a good job, and then he would see what happens if he does that. And this shows you what would happen is we will upgrade Firefox Epoch 0 version 78.5.0 -release 1 distro EL7 .CentOS, and then upgrade it to 78.6.0. Again, I'm not trying to do that in this particular video, just demonstrating how you can use the search command and follow through. All right, let's take a look on the man page again for yum. Let's do a yum info. So yum info is very similar to doing a rpm -qi on Firefox. So if you do a yum info on Firefox, you should see a very similar result. See, very similar. It just has the headers. It doesn't actually provide you exactly the same feedback. It's missing the signature, I believe. It's missing the license detail. Nope, it does show you license. But it is not showing you every single field that the rpm -qi command is. rpm -qi is because this is information about the package that is already installed on your machine. You can run the rpm command for also checking against a package you have downloaded but not installed. And that information might match the yum info results of the same package up in a repository, okay? Finally, let's take a look at doing a look on the yum command. There's list. So search for list. All right, get getting closer. Here we go. Yum list is used to list the various information about available packages. That's kind of really poorly worded, but what it means is a listing of the packages that are available in the repository. More complete details are available in list options. You can see this is kind of underlined and kind of highlighted there because the word list is the same spelling as a string, but there's a capitalization difference. That's not part of the point of this. But if you want to find out what the list options are, you need to actually look for list with a capital L-I-S-T. That's just something you need to know as you use this command. So using the VI command /LIST to search that string out, there we go, list options. So you can yum list, specify all, yum list available, yum list updates, yum list installed. This would actually tell you about all the packages that actually are currently installed on the machine, but by way of using yum command, not the RPM command. With the RPM-QA versus the yum list installed, you should end up with a very similar result set. So let's check that out. RPM-QA, and I'm just going to hit enter again. If we've seen this before, scrolls right off the page. Woo! All done. Now, if we take a yum list installed, it's not going to look at everything in the repository. It's going to look at everything in the repository that actually is actually installed directly on the machine already. Installed on the machine, not downloaded to the machine, not just generically up in the repository, but installed on the machine. So the output is always sorted in alphabetical order by package name. So the last thing is zlib alphabetically. That's the package name with the .architecture, version-release.distro. And this tells you what the @ sign is, that it's up in a repository called base, but it's actually up only in the repository. It's not, sorry, it was installed from base. That's what the @ sign means, is it came from base. If you ever do a yum list command and just look at the output, you will sometimes see base versus @base. And see if we can do something here to find some example of that. Updates and base and extras. It's funny. When I need an example, I can't find one. Oh, here we go. All right, so here's an example where this package, zlib, was installed in the past as version 1.2.7-18.el7 from the base repository. Now, if I take the scroll bar or shoot to the very bottom, zlib here, 1.2.7-18, same version, but that's the difference right there. It's still up in the base repository and not on the system. That's how you can tell the difference between the app base and base. What is the purpose of that? Okay, so this is a great video ending. Please come back and check us out again here in the very future. And when you get a chance, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.